Good evening and welcome to the live telecast of the CRNFC versus CHNFC encounter in the second week of the Dialog Rugby League 2019-20. Both teams are preparing for this Colombo 7 traditional derby game. We see CRNFC taking on CHNFC. CH who was held for a draw against Army in the opening week will look to overturn the odds and take a lead in this first leg of the Haji Omar Trophy. And CRNFC on the other hand, this young team will look to get their winning momentum going into the crucial weeks coming up in this Dialog Rugby League. And the second week encounters started yesterday, and a shocking result for the Park Club as they went down to Police as Police stunned heavies at their own backyard. You see the weather forecast for today, partly cloudy. It's still a cloudy day. Underfoot conditions will be a bit soggy, but we could expect a good game with the forwards going into contact as a heavy CHNFC, heavy and experienced CHNFC side locking horns against this young CR side who's under the watchful eyes of coach Dushant Luke. As you see the CH team making the last warm-ups. Skipper Rohit Rajapaksa rallying his troops. They must look to get that winning momentum. Last year also they did not start well in the Dialog Rugby League. Won all 7 games in the second round, but could not contend for the big prize. As you see the Kayan Veeraratna, experienced player for CH. See the last year's encounter. This was in the super round. CRNFC opening proceedings with a penalty. This game was a dead rubber last year because both of the teams lost their super round first games to Heavies and Candy. And CRNFC got the better out of the arch rivals in this encounter. Riza Rafaidin, he's back in the team for this game. So is Kevin Dixon. Both of these Sri Lanka Sevens players will make CRNFC more stronger in this game. They will miss the service of Tarinder Ratwatta, who's gone to Kandy this year. CH will know that they have to get through this young CRNFC side, as there we go, the confirmation in the last encounter they played last year. Both teams making their last warm-ups. This was the first week's results. Havelocks getting the better out of Navy, and CH drawing their game against Army, and CRNFC getting the better out of Police, and finally Kandy overcoming Air Force at Nittavala. Joining with me in commentary, Shana Kamarasinghe.
Interesting results last week indeed. Havelocks 35-3 was a big win against a depleted Navy Sports Club, and CHNFC would have been disappointed not to get points on the board against Army, which was really a game played in horrific conditions, and I think both teams will be very happy that the conditions are much better today. Obviously, when it rains, it helps the weaker teams. And the CRNFC coming up trumps again in horrendous conditions also at Longdon Place against Police Sports Club. And that turned out to be a comfortable win, but I don't think the scoreboard really shows how much of an impact Police had. Kandy Sports Club again almost deprived of the bonus point against Air Force. They had to struggle to get that bonus point against the Air Force Sports Club, which turned out to be a comfortable win in the end for them. But Air Force still showing that they might make a few upsets in this tournament so far. Other matches today, we have Army taking on Air Force and Kandy taking on Navy. That should be an interesting match up in Nithawala. Kandy will be expected to win that one comfortably, of course. Up in Nithawala, they're very difficult to beat. And Army taking on Air Force. After their performance last week against CH, I think Army will be out and out favourites for that game. But they are travelling to Valisara, a ground that they're not familiar with. And if the weather holds up, Army should win this one comfortably. But again, if the weather plays a factor, we might not be able to separate the two teams by too much. Of course, this CRNFC lineup looking very good. Some interesting combinations in the backs, and I think probably the best young midfield in the country at the moment, with Dinu Kamasinghe and Janinder Dilshan being the men who are entrusted to start in the 12 and 13 positions. They're a little weak, if at all. If you have to put your finger on it, it would be in the front five, where I think the CRNFC team are lacking a little bit of experience and a little bit of size as well. You look at the CHNFC team, they look very strong in that particular area. And if CH can keep the ball tight and keep it close, then you might see players like Chatura Dilshan really coming into this game. Had an outstanding match in the captain's game between these two teams a couple of weeks ago in the warm-up. But CHNFC will be hoping to keep these firepower backs of CRNFC at bay, and that's going to be where the game is going to be won and lost today. So CR will be hoping for a dry day. Sudarshana Peer is joining me in the commentary box. It stayed clear. It's still a little wet underfoot, and this ground is notoriously soggy when it has been raining for a long time. But let's just look at that CHNFC lineup. Satya Ranasunga Prasad Madhushankar, one of the top try scorers in the league. Dushmanta Priyadarshana crossing over from Hablocks, a big marquee signing for CHNFC. Sajit Saranga, Matish Saratanda, Vimalavira, Shehan Dias also, who crossed over and played for the CRNFC last year and now has moved to CH. And Chatura Dilshan, who has been outstanding for me in that number 8 jersey. Watch his battle with Omarka Gunaratne. Going to be very interesting. Another big man coming in is Avishka Lee. I think he's an underrated player. Rohit Rajapaksa at 10, Anuradha Herath at 11, and then of course another marquee signing, Sudarshana Gayan Veeraratne, starting in the number 12 jersey. We saw last year's HNFC improve leaps and bounds when they had the foreign player at number 12, but Gayan is like a foreign player. He just plays so well. Hiranta Pereira also, big, strong midfield. So I might be left ruining my words saying that Amar Singh and Janinder Dilshan are the best midfield partnership. These two guys, if they've heard me already, will certainly come out to prove that wrong. Nishan Pereira and Arshad Jamaldeen making up the other outside back. So lots of experience, probably going to be one of the matches of the season, Sudarshana.
Oh, definitely. The Maitland Derby it always has been, despite the past few years, it losing a lot of colour because CR wasn't that competitive. But with the inclusion of these players, it has really strengthened up CH and FC. But Gayan Veeraratne, I never thought I'd be able to see him in any other colours than Kandy Sports Club colours. He was picked to be the assistant coach of the outfit. Seems like he's decided that he has a little more rugby in him, and that experience is going to be very vital. But surprise exclusion here is Samuel Madhuanta. I'm wondering whether he is injured, because I don't see him in the starting lineup, nor in the bench as well. So Arshad Jamaldeen, having crossed over from Kandy Sports Club, will have a lot in his hands.
Well, the only reason is an injury, probably, Sudarshana. We don't really know the details as yet, but there's no way he can be left out of a starting lineup or bench if he's fit. This is the CRNFC team doing battle today. This is where they are a little bit wanting. Gayan Jayasekara, Supun Mannakola, his line-out throwing will be a factor today. Himantha Hirushan comes back into the side, but again, not quite the experience of guys like Dushmantha Priyadashana and Satya Ranatunga, the guys that they're going to be propping up against. Mithila Pereira, the Wesleyite, comes back into the second row. Now, he's a strong, fit, fast player, but again, in terms of experience, Sajid Saranga is a man he's going to be going up against. So Mithila's coming up after a long layoff for a knee injury as well. It'll be really interesting to see how he goes. Panduka Angambana, a man I have a lot of time for Sudarshana. Lots of quality, lots of potential around the field, but if he can stay fit, he might be one of the men that the CRNFC pack really looks out for today. But where the game is really going to be taken to CHNFC will be in this back row. Wajid Fahmy, Shara Fernando, Omaka Gunaratna, all with plenty of experience and different games. So it's a good balance in that third row that they have there. So that's going to be an interesting battle with their opposite numbers. And then Rahul De Silva restored to the starting lineup in place of Kavindu Costa. Chanaka Chandimal starts. Gamunu Chetia on the left wing. He scored a brilliant try last week. He'll be looking to emulate that as well. And then the midfield combination we spoke about. Definitely the best young combination. Dinu Kamarasinghe and Janitha Dilshan. Sadun Herat, lots of experience in those two outside backs. Herat and Riza Mubarak coming back into the side. Look for Riza to be called upon today to do a lot of point scoring.
One big advantage I see on this CRNFC side, Shanake, is having the luxury of having Riza Rafaedin and Kevin Dixon in the bench. Those two are players who can come into the game maybe at the 60-50 minute mark and really change the game on its head. So CRNFC, yes, like you said, in the tight five, doesn't have that experience CH possesses, but I think CRNFC will be looking to win the game with their centre combination, who are very young and very explosive, and also the third row, which would do a lot of work around the field when it comes to the fringes.
Certainly lots of experience there in Fernando and Gunaratna at 6 and 8. So going to be a very interesting battle. And to keep to the World Cup theme, Sudarshan, I think CHNFC will want to play like South Africa and CRNFC will want to play like Japan. That's the only way either of these teams are going to win the match. So it's going to be a very, very interesting one. And we've got the referee also, a new gentleman taking charge of the game today. We haven't seen a lot of him. Yatavara, who will be the man in the all-important jersey, and some crowds turning up despite a little bit of rain. So just as we're about to kick off, the heavens have opened. Not a deluge here yet, but the sun is shining as well, and there might be a few foxes getting married out there somewhere, Sudarshana, because that's the kind of weather it is.
Oh, absolutely. And I think the players are going to have to get used to this kind of weather for this first round at least, because it's been raining all around the park. But let's have a quick chat about yesterday's upset. First upset of the league. Havis being under arrest by the cops at Havelock Park. I think Havelock Sports Club were guilty of trying to play a little too expansive and not steering away from what works for them, keeping the ball close to each other.
Well, let's say it like it is, Sudarshan. Havelocks are not the side that they were last year. And I think what people are giving not enough credit to is the fact that police are and have been for the last couple of seasons a very good side. And they've got Imosi Vunivosa, who I think is a very, very good player. I think once he starts gelling with his outside backs, guys like Arya Pala and Sachit Silva, if he can get those guys into a little bit more space, police are going to be much more dangerous than they were even yesterday. So let's take nothing away from police. I think they really deserve to win that game, and Havelocks will have to really go back to the drawing board and find out where it is that they went wrong, because it was convincing for a while until they caught up. But they managed to adapt themselves, and I think they just need to make sure what kind of game they want to play and not take any opponent too lightly.
Here I'm sure none of these teams will take their opponent lightly. A Maitland derby. Both these teams will want to have the bragging rights of being called the victors of the Maitland derby. CRNFC, I think, and CHNFC, both teams have a real chance at going for that title this year, with Kandy Sports Club also not very settled, with a lot of injuries happening there. CR, of course, lost a lot of experienced players to Kandy Sports Club, match officials for the day.
Ihan Yatavara will be the man in charge. Hassan Taveranga and Anil Mangala will be his two assistants as well. So good luck to him. It's not going to be an easy game by any stretch because it's going to be a physical battle up front. Trust CHNFC to take CRNFC up at the front, and that's going to be where the game is going to be won and lost. If CRNFC can get some good ball against men like this, Satya Ranatunga and Sajit Saranga, then they will be happy. But looking at the past performance of these ex-Sri Lanka players, I think we will be in for a treat today as Riza Mubarak kicks off. And it's taken immediately by Chatura Dilshan. Himanta Hirushan making the first tackle of the game. And the ball is outside the 22. So Dushmanta Priyadarshan in his first run in CHNFC colours. And that's the cultured right boot of Lee. Straight down the throat of the danger man, Gunaratna. Bumps off Matisha Saratchandra, his former teammate. Jayasekara busts up the middle, needs to make it available quickly. Rahul De Silva on the short ball. CH do well to bring that man down safely. Satya Ranatunga really making a use of himself around the fringes, and here's CH now with aggressive defense. Rahul still has it though. Straight through the middle goes Omarka Gunaratna. Lovely angle from the captain. Here's Janaka Chandimal now. Dinu Kamarasinghe looking for that trademark offload, but he's well marked by Nishan Pereira and bundled out into touch. Chatura Dilshan heavily involved in the first couple of exchanges. And this man would be a little upset he didn't get the ball.
Great stuff from CHNFC in the early exchanges. They commit themselves very well into all the tackles, and also I think like you mentioned, Satya Ranatunga and the forwards doing very well to slow the ball down in the fringes and not letting CR get that quick ball out, because their backline, the CR backline, is very capable of punching those holes.
It's a really good line out for CH. Sarachandra in the front, Dias in the middle. And they've also got Saranga as an option. Sarachandra it is, as Wajid Fahmy tries to compete. No angle for Avishka Lee on his right foot, and huge defense from Gunaratna on that occasion. Helped by Mithila Pereira as well. But couldn't keep their feet, and that will be a problem for all the players today with the conditions a little soggy underfoot. Referee Atavara immediately blowing that one up and telling the players very clearly what the problem was. And although Gunaratna made a huge hit, he just couldn't keep his feet.
First penalty of the game, and Arshad Jamaldeen called on to do the kicking duties. Doesn't manage to get it out. Not ideal start for Jamaldeen for CH.
Gavin Chethia doing really well to keep that ball in, flirting with the touchline. And here's his opposite winger, Sadun Herat. In CRNFC colours, whoever thought they'd see that after he'd played so well for Havelocks for many, many years. But a good run from the experienced man. That ball was not the right one to throw from Mithila Pereira, and it gets intercepted. And now Lee will have some turnover ball to play with. CHNFC been waiting for it. Rohit Rajapaksa leaves it behind, and his booted head. Getting back nicely and in time. In fact, it was Janidhu Dilshan who manages to explode onto that ball. I thought it was a CH player going back because the jerseys are both pretty red. But Janidhu Dilshan was the man who managed to poach that try. And he's making a habit of these tries, isn't he, Sudarshan? He just turns up right place at the right time. If he was a football player, he'd be Michael Owen or something.
Yeah, but Janidhu Dilshan has a knack for scoring tries, being in the right place at the right time. Not a happy memory for me, because he's the one who scored the fastest try in a Bradby, having scored within 45 seconds. Kind of similar try, intercepting a floating ball. But this time it was the CH skipper who lost the ball forward, and Janidhu Dilshan right on the spot, managing to touch down, and CRNFC into an early lead. 5 points to nil. Riza makes it 7. 4 minutes into the game, the red men will be quite happy.
Oh, they'll be very happy with that because it came out of nothing. It came off their own mistake, actually. So you're very happy when things like that are not punished. And you can see what CH were trying to do, Sudarshan. They knew that they had a good turnover ball and they had numbers on the outside. So they were looking to spin it. But although you train spinning that ball wide at practice, you have to be mindful of the conditions you're playing in. Slight drizzles always make those passes more risky than they are. So that's something that both teams will have to adapt to as the CRNFC managed to get that restart right. And it looks like they're playing a very similar pattern wherever they are on the field, making sure that they have their pod of forwards. Here's the try scorer, Dilshan now. Lovely ball out to Gamunu Chetia, who cuts back on the inside. Chetia still going, breaks through. Steps again and still going. Gamunu Chetia doesn't give the ball when he really should have given it. He had no business breaking as many tackles as he did, but goodness me, that pass was all calling to be thrown. And CRNFC now on the front foot suddenly, exerting some dominance in this 6th and 7th minutes of the game. Jayasekara. Here it is available once again for Rahul, who looks to the short side. Keeping it close, looking to earn the right to go wide. Here's Jayasekara, smashes it up. Rahul De Silva with the flip back on the inside, but they don't fall for it, the CH defense. Here it is, again short side, but it's untidy, and the referee has got his arm out for a knock-on. So you can see Supun Vannakola calling for his team to settle down, as is Omalka Gunaratna, and they really needed to be a bit more patient after that beautiful break by Chetia.
Oh, absolutely. Gamunu Chetia doing the right thing initially, but should have given that pass out, like you said, and then supported the man. He could have found an opening there. Vaipa Gunaratna at the back, clearly asking his players to put the ball up. That would be the plan, because with the prevailing conditions on the ground, teams will be looking to play territorial rugby, and CH, on the other hand, have been playing too much rugby in their own half, and that will be something that they want to change as soon as possible.
Well, this is a good scrum for CRNFC to really exert some pressure, Sudarshana. It's one of those ones with the field position. What has happened in the game in the last minute or so, CH will be a little bit with their morale lost. So this is an important scrum for both teams. Himanta Hirushan on this near side with the experienced man, Dushmanta Priyadarshana, who's calling out to the assistant referee saying, hey, look at him. It's not often that the older props like one of the younger men getting the better of them, of course. But this is a monster front row for CHNFC. Satya Ranatunga on the open side, the loose head side, I should say. Really important scrum, especially with the underfoot conditions. Quick heel for Lee at the back. And CHNFC hold up well. CR did try to exert a little bit of pressure. And Sandun Herat lets the ball bounce. Was that a mistake? Riza Mubarak knows he was outside his 22, but he has the ball on a shoestring, actually. Rohit Rajapaksa stepped outside his 22 before he put that up, so can't find touch. Rahul De Silva now looking for a gap. Dinu Kamarasinghe. This is Gamunu Chetia, well wrapped up by Nishan Pereira. Teammates on the 7th circuit playing opposite each other here today. De Silva. Nice angle, but they did well, CRNFC. But the referee does say that there was a little bit of an obstruction there.
Referee Yatavara wants to have a word with the captain.
It's nothing more than a penalty there. I think it was just one player crossing in front of the other. Looked like it was done really well, but I think the referee didn't like that he took a player, a would-be tackler, out of the play. And Jamaldeen now, after missing touch on the first attempt, finds it this time.
Sierra has been guilty of not settling down, like you mentioned, Shanaka, because every time they've had good front foot ball, they do something and give possession away. CH, on the other hand, they are desperately looking for continuity. They haven't had any possession where they've had more than 3 to 4 faces. And CHNFC, with their big forwards, they need possession in order to make sure that they build faces and suck up the defense of this CRNFC line.
Well, they've got big men in the midfield. Chatura Dilshan runs the decoy, and Gayan Veeraratne is felled immediately by Dinu Kamarasinghe, who made an excellent tackle.
No, hands off! Hands off!
Managed to get out of the way, did Dinuk. Satya Ranatunga looks to pass, and then eventually takes the ball into contact. Here's the other big man, Sajit Saranga. Mithila Pereira scrambling to get out of the way there. Chatura Dilshan spinning out of one tackle. He really has been good in this season. Here's Veeraratne. The trademark step inside.
Backwards.
Dushmanta Priyadarshana fumbles, but his front row partner picks up, and there's no fumbling about that run from Prasad Madhushankar. Busts it straight up the middle, makes vital yards for CHNFC, puts them back on the front foot. Here's Priyadarshana, holds onto the ball this time. Avish Kali. It's a short pass, and that one is straight behind everyone. And the ball is still in play, so CRNFC will hack this forward. Beautiful football skills from Sandun Herat. Played a bit of football, I believe, at St. Peter's. And Dinu Kamarasinghe looking for the offload, and Pandu Kangammana leaves it behind. Oh dear, Pandu Kangammana just couldn't hold on to that ball. It wasn't the easiest pass to hold, in fairness to him. But CHNFC really have to be a little bit more accurate if they're going to be throwing these passes in this weather.
Langamana last game's player of the match. Could have collected another try here if he managed to secure that ball. Very unfortunate for CRNFC, but Sandun Herat's footballing skills, I'm sure your club would fancy someone with that dribbling skills, Shanaka.
We hadn't had dribbling skills since Cesc Fabregas, Sudarshana. But that was a wonderful touch from Sadun. Knew exactly what he was doing, handled the ball brilliantly. But he could all just see before the scrum was set up, Sudarshan, he could see all those players on the floor sucking in some real deep breaths. So this game is going to open out in the last quarter, that's for sure. Here's CHNFC really showing their dominance at scrum time, trying to win a penalty. Yep, and that's exactly what they've done. And Avish Kali will go for the advantage play now. Lovely little step from Lee, former Wesleyite. Shadowed by another Wesleyite captain, Rahul De Silva. Matesha Sarat Chandra takes that forward, and Supun Mandakula Surya lies all over the ball there. Lucky not to concede a penalty. Rahul makes another tackle. This is good pick and go stuff from CHNFC. Finally getting some momentum. Satya Ranatunga with a big clean out.
Release first.
Not releasing in the tackle, says the referee.
Release first.
And we could see more than the penalty. I think the tackler will remember that next time for when Satya Ranatunga tries to smash him out of the ruck.
This is interesting. Arshad Jamaldin with an attempt at goal. Something that CHNFC has gotten used to with Samuel Madhwanta being on the park. Anything that you get inside the 50 meters, Madhwanta will be looking to put that over. So this game, Arshad Jamaldin will have to carry on that responsibility.
And this will be a little bit of a problem for CH going forward this season, because they've been so used to playing a certain way, having Samuel Madhwanta step up and ensure almost those 3 points, not just from here, but even from behind the 50-meter line. You've seen Madhwanta scoring points. So Arshad Jamaldin has some big boots to fill. He's not a bad kicker in his own right at all. So let's see how he does with this first one. It's a straightforward enough kick out in front of the post. It's just a distance that he'll have to think about, and there's no problem with that. But just out to the side of the right-hand post. So this is where Madhwanta would have made a difference. That would have been 3 points all day. So CH will have to rethink their strategies just a little bit, especially Coach Vaipa Gunaratna, who's so used to having Samuel Madhuanta as part of his setup at St. Anthony's as well. Riza Mubarak with the long dropout, and here's a danger man. Anurag the Herath hasn't seen much of the ball up to this point. Here's Lee. Looking for the inside ball, but Prasad Madhushankar picks up the scraps once again. Hiranta Pereira it was who didn't get that pass exactly where he wanted it. Here's Chatura Dilshan again looking for the offload. Well shut down by Sandun Herath, who was alive to the danger there. Sia coming up quickly. Lee looking for a little bit of depth now and put some air on the ball this time. Gamunu Chetia goes straight through again, but Hiranta Pereira manages to drag him down. Omalka Gunaratna takes Sajid Saranga off the ball. And here's Angammana, holds on to the pass. That time it was right in the breadbasket, but again it's lost forward on the floor. And now CH have some turnover ball with numbers on the outside. Look for the long ball again. Onto the booth they go, and Riza Mubarak called upon to make a covering tackle, and he does really well that time. Manages to fly hack that ball into touch, and that's exactly what he needed to do. So the experience from the Sri Lanka fullback coming through and saving the day for Sia.
Great stuff by Mubarak, using all his experience. He saw Gayan Veeraratne and his outside centre crashing to that ball, and all he could do was try and get his boot on the ball. And CHNFC now with a brilliant opportunity just outside the 22 meters to try and set something up, but Priyadarshana seems like he's under some distress. CH will be hoping that it's not anything serious.
Prasad Madhushankar, we all know that this is an integral part of his game.
What out?
Sri Lanka's largest video collection with Dialog.
Veranga says it may be a try, does he? Hasanka Veranga will confer with his skipper, with his assistant, main referee rather. So Wajid Fahmy did pick that ball up, but he did roll in the tackle, and is he allowed to do that? That's going to be an interesting one.
The replay is going to be very, very interesting for viewing.
Did he roll over with the same momentum, or was he stopped and did he try to go again? So I don't think it's a try. The body language suggests it's not.
Not right.
No try is the call, but seems like a CR player is going to be in trouble.
Wajid Fahmy. Here's Prasad Madhushankar. Wajid Fahmy manages to boot that ball forward. And there's no tackle there. Think that it'll be interesting to see what the referee's reasoning was for not awarding that try.
Unfortunately, we don't have the facility of the television match official. Seems like there has been an early infringement with CR being awarded the penalty. But unlike Arshid Jamal in this man here, who is on the earlier picture and who's lining up that kick, Riza Mubarak can be trusted with anything inside the 50 meters from whatever angle, despite once missing out right underneath the post for CRNFC, which resulted in CR losing out the championship over Kandy Sports Club.
Interesting times indeed. And those are the kicks, of course. Gavin Hastings still talks about his miss from 1991 for Scotland against England in the World Cup semi-final, right under the posts. But Riza making absolutely no mistake there. And 10 points to nil it is for CRNFC. So even though they don't score the 5, they do get the 3, but would have been happier with the 7.
Absolutely, Shanak. And what we've noticed so far this game is, here's a replay of Risa's click. What we've noticed so far this game is the fact that every time CH makes a mistake, CR has been deadly when it comes to counter-attack, especially with their young backs running circles. Gamunu Chetia, Janitha Dilshan coming into play. CHNFC has been forced to scramble back and defend, and they haven't done a very good job at it.
Not so far, they haven't. Haven't really been able to bring their big men into the game too much because it's been very loose and unstructured. Ball lost forward on the floor. So CH will win a scrum out of it, and they'll be very happy about that because the scrum is where they can really dictate terms against the CRNFC team. CH will take a while to get into the game, and in our other games which are live today, we have 8 points to nil. Kandy Sports Club leading up in Nithavala.
Crouch! Bind!
Plenty of scrums in this game for sure, especially given that the ball is so slippery. Sia's bench looking pensive at the back. Head coach Dishant Leuke on the left there, next to him backs coach Mohammad Mushtaq, and of course the new manager Sheikh Hussain. CRNFC a full new complement of coaching and management staff from last year. Quite a few new players on the roster as well, adding some vital experience with Herat and Mubarak, I feel, in that back division.
And also Shara Fernando in the third row as well. Plenty of experience behind the man.
So here's another big scrum. Chatura Dilshan though goes the wrong way on the wheel. Just don't understand why some of these number 8s are really so adamant of breaking the wrong way when the scrum has wheeled one way. That's a bit of a scramble. Nobody had rights to that ball, but the referee says that there was a man unbound in the scrum and will come back for the penalty.
Oh, interesting call to be made here last time around from the other side of the field. Jamaldin didn't manage to get the 3, so CH seems like they will want to go to touch and try and go for that first try, which has been evading them. Not a great kick, but they'll take the touch.
This is where their line-out is going to really cause problems. One thing we did notice about the CRNFC police game was Sia's small defense was pretty good. Sure, it'll be called upon at this time again. Prasad Madhushankar will look for the man in front, which is Sarat Chandra. And here's Madhushankar doing what he's done so many times before. The ball comes down, referee says there was no problem there, and CRNFC somehow come away with that ball. So again, really good maul defense that time, and this is something Coach Dishant Leuke deserves a pat on the back for, because CR's maul defense has been excellent. So it's not only that he knows how to go forward with that maul, because you saw him coach that to many Royal sides over the years, but he also knows how to defend it.
Oh, absolutely. Terrific stuff by all the CR forwards there. They all need a pat on the back, and like you said, Dishant Leuke has done tremendous work, because that's an area a lot of teams falter. It's not easy trying to defend that maul and not give away a penalty without collapsing it. Is another attempt, not a very successful throw by CHNFC, but they hold on to possession despite being on the back foot.
Stay back.
Untidy line out there, so the conditions are really impacting CHNFC's chief weapon here, the set piece against Dushmanta Priyadarshana. Shara Fernando gets over the ball, but he's cleaned off it. Lee looks for the short side now. He's a step from Anuradha Herat. Beautiful move from the left winger, cutting back infield. What an outstanding player he has been over the years. He's been injury-free, has been a real shoo-in for that national side. And as I say that, Anuradha Herath has gone down. I hope it's nothing serious. He's had troublesome knee, isn't it?
Really hope it's nothing serious. Referee Yatavara having a little chat with Shara Fernando.
And this is something that I don't think we value enough, Sudarshana, what we saw on the field just then. Janindar Dilshan, fresh out of school, a real tyro, a superb player in the making, and the ability for him to play with guys like Riza Mubarak, who are not as physically talented, guys who haven't had that physical X factor, so to speak, but have been reliant on skill and technique. For him to play alongside guys like that will really improve his game. You can see Riza there as well, telling him exactly what needs to be, how he needs to look at this particular situation on the field. That's invaluable experience, not just for CRNFC, but for Sri Lanka as well.
Absolutely spot on. Shanaka, it's good to see another Herath getting up, and he's a tough cookie. He's going to be fit to play. Remember him playing as a number 8 for St. Peter's during his school days. Ran circles around many teams.
It's just again that psychological factor, isn't it? When you've had a serious injury on one leg and you just feel a little bit of a bang there again, suddenly your mind goes all the way back to that injury. So I think once the physio came in and told him it wasn't bad at all, I think Anuradha's fine, so that's good news. So another scrum for CHNFC. They really will be wanting to win a penalty, and they've made a change already. Sasanka Ariyaratne looks like he's come on the near side of the scrum. Here's Gunaratne, runs straight into Avishka Lee, who does well. Stops the big number 8 in his tracks without allowing him to gain that momentum.
Release him.
Sia picking and going through Varnakala Surya, who ducks under one tackle, doesn't make it past Lee though. Rahul De Silva now. For Chandimal, Chandimal's up and under. He's not the best in the world, but Anuradha Herath does well to snaffle it. Janindar Dilshan again the chase. And, knock on is the call from the referee, but I thought Janindar Dilshan had positioned himself nicely. I thought a few of those players might have come over the fence rather than through the gate. Namitila Pereira having a wry smile as he asks referee Atawara the same thing.
Quite a few scrums within the last couple of minutes, Shanaka. That's going to be telling, especially when it comes to the forwards and this very wet and soggy outfield. We know, we've come to think, gotten to know that race course anyway is very soggy and difficult to run on. Come the second half, those heavy legs are going to be very crucial.
And as we spoke about before kickoff, Sudarshan, the set piece is going to be CHNFC's weapon. So these scrums are a good thing. But what we don't see on the stat sheet is where the scrums are. So CHNFC have taken quite a few scrums. I don't think they've had a single scrum inside the 22. So that's going to really tell on the players as well, as we see CH going a little bit backwards in that scrum as well. As you said, the tiredness might be setting in. Mubarak takes his time, absolutely no panic about that. Ball scoots out, and Rahul De Silva on his favoured left foot manages to find a bit of space. What's the bounce going to look like? Jamaldeen does really well, and Sasanka Ariyaratne does even better to get back and support his fullback. Here's Lee. Seems like he might be in a bit of trouble, Avishka Lee.
Stay back.
Not too quick to the breakdown. Prasad Madhushankar, lovely tackle on him by Himantha Hirushan, and Gayan Veeraratne just can't get the offload away. Here's Herath, shapes to kick and still going. Chanaka Chandimal bumps him off. Amalka Gunaratne is the man who brings him down and forces the knock on, but the referee will come back for that injury. That was Prasad Madhushankar got a low hit from Himantha Hirushan, and it looks like that might be a little bit of trouble for the hooker. It's difficult to tell with Prasad Madhushankar because He does go down often.
You can visit our YouTube channel for replays and highlights and more sports content. Visit www.youtube.com/ThePapare official. ThePapare.com bringing you some exclusive footage from South Asian Games, which is currently taking place in Nepal as well. That's where, oh, seems like it was twisted. Doesn't look pretty. Prasad is okay to hobble off. And talking about the South Asian Games happening in Nepal, very interesting fact, Shanaka, after 25 odd years, Sri Lanka has topped the medal table in athletics. They went better, they managed to better India and also Nepal.
That's really wonderful news, isn't it, Sudarshan? It just shows how much potential we have in this country, even at the junior stages, especially in junior rugby as well. We have so much talent and we're there and thereabouts at that point, but then somehow when the players leave school or when athletes need to start getting jobs and need to start looking after themselves, that level of professionalism isn't there for them to continue on, and that's the real sad part. But really good performance from the athletes and the swimmers as well. We had Matthew Abesinger smashing the 50-meter freestyle record today, setting a new national record and winning a gold there as well. 4 goals for Matthew Abesinger. So at Asian level, Sudarshan, that's where we really need to target. Madhushanka has recovered from that knock on his knee. And Sarachandra sets up a nice small. Ranatunga's body position, not the ideal one there, as CHNFC rumble forward.
Advantage! Advantage!
Jayasekar has had enough and drags that one down, but not for a penalty. Here's Gayan Veeraratne. Haven't seen much of him this time, and manages to get the ball away to Herath. Herath has been dangerous every time he's touched it. Janitha Dilshan makes a good low tackle. Rohit Rajapaksa now comes back in field. Fights his way a couple of meters on the floor, and here's Hiranta Pereira. Wants a short ball, but Lee can't get his arms free. And now Pereira is forced to play scrum half. Sajit Saranga, from this distance out, he will fancy his chances. So this is the first time CHNFC have really mounted an attack in CR's 22. This is where they'll want to scrum. This is where they'll want a line out.
No.
So all the forwards now gathering around that breakdown area. You can see what they are planning on doing. Just rumble this forward one at a time. Here's Madhushanka. Great technique. Puts his shoulder into the player in front. Picks up the ball. And he is still going. Ball is placed back. It's still available. But referee says no, it's been knocked on. So he'll come back for the offside. So CRNFC caught offside on the fringe. So the first time they've been under real sustained pressure, CR. So they'll have to come through and show that they have the defensive ability to cope with this. And we were just talking about the scrums and the position on the field, Sudarshan, and now for the first time, CH have a real attacking opportunity and a scrum.
Seems like they've opted for a scrum inside the 22 meters, inside the red zone of CRNFC. CH will definitely look to try and push this one through.
But they did lose that ball, so he had to come back for the advantage.
Dilshan will fancy his chance of getting his name on the scoreboard here. Look out for Shara Fernando and Faumi to come into the mix.
Good strong scrum by CR. That time they've pushed that one back, so let's see what the call is from the referee. He says both front rows have stood up, so I think CH may be a little lucky to get away with that one. CR and FC have been biding their time. And as guys who played in the front row, Sudarshan, you don't push everyone, do you? You just wait. You realize exactly when you want to exert some pressure. You hold the rest and just really push the ones you really want to. And this is one that CRNFC will want to get dominance in.
Well, absolutely. CRNFC will be looking to put CH under pressure straight away. And this set of forwards, yes, they don't have the same experience that CH carry. But they are a promising set. Yes, Dilshan trying to break away and go for the line. Very good defense by Gunaratne, who managed to get his shoulder across.
Really good break from Chatura Dilshan, and they've scored. CHNFC have managed to get over the line, and it's Satya Ranatunga, the big man again. We talked about him before kickoff, and this is why he's so dangerous. Started off life in the back line, Sudarshana, so he knows his way to the try line. And he has the ball skills required as well, so he really did well for CH there. But take nothing away from Chatura Dilshan, who created the opportunity by making it past the gain line. Not many number 8s are able to make that much ground, and all you have to do is get one step behind the opposition flank, and that's all your follow-up players need. And Satya Ranatunga having to take no second invitation in that.
Ranatunga managing to get his name on the scoreboard 2 weeks in a row now. Played his rugby at Trinity back in the day. Played into 5, 6 and 7. Started off as a centre, like you said, and graduated up to the front row.
Putting the ball into touch, that's something that I'm sure Coach Vaipa Gunaratne is going to have a chat with CHNFC about at half-time. But the issue for Sia here, Sudarshani, is they seem to have gone to sleep after that little foray that they had into the opposition 22. Didn't come away with that try for Wajid Fahmy, and since then they've gone off the boil a little bit, playing very much in fits and starts. They need to be the ones taking charge of this game, making sure that they dictate the pace and have a fast-paced game, because what's happened in the last few minutes is that CHNFC have managed to really slow this game down with the injuries, with the scrums, with all that kind of thing. They've really dragged this game down, and that's where they're comfortable playing it.
Absolutely on spot. Like you said, CHNFC does have that experience when it comes to set pieces in their forwards. But what CRNFC has in their forwards is the fact that they have a very, very mobile pack. And that mobile pack, if they can get this game running, speed the game up, that will have a big impact on the game, especially with the CHNFC forwards who would feel that tiredness, who would want to slow things down.
So this is where the experience comes in, doesn't it? This is where CRNFC haven't been able to exploit those big CHNFC forwards. They haven't been able to run them laterally. And that's a good scrum. Rajapaksa under enormous pressure, puts it up high. A good chase coming in on Gamanu Chetia from Gayan Veeraratne. The senior man still having the legs to get over that ball and making a real nuisance of himself in the scrum as well, in the ruck as well. Janitha Dilshan does well, brought down by Shehan Dias. Here's Shara Fernando, gives the inside ball to Omalka Gunaratne, who throws a pass to Sandun Herath. Does well not to knock it on, Herath. But here he is, still going. Straight through he goes. Sandun Herath brought down eventually by Arshad Jamaldeen. Lovely offload to Chanaka Chandimal, and Angammana doing well, as does Shara Fernando, just not to panic. And Riza Mubarak now with a little deft touch. Gamanu Chetia, good to cut in field, and that's a brilliant step from Gamanu Chetia. And doff your hat again to Riza Mubarak, who saw the opportunity, put that ball behind, so well weighted, Sudarshana, and that's as good as a try assist pass.
Oh, just absolutely terrific stuff, and it's beautiful to see experience and the young talent combining together to present us with a beautiful try. Arshad Jamaldeen wouldn't want to take a look at that replay again, but that replay is going to be absolutely brilliant. I'm sure it's going to be picked as one of the tries of the week. And Riza Mubarak take about brilliant stuff, and Gamanu Chetia having the good sense to time it to perfection, because if he hurried that ball, he could have lost it forward or stepped outside, but he took all the time he needed. And just absolutely terrific try there.
Yes, really good skills from not just this man, not just Chetia, but the guys inside him as well. The break from Sandun Herath, it was really good. And then the offload he made in the tackle, that was the one that really set the cat among the pigeons. Chanaka Chandimal did well for his on-running forwards, and they didn't panic, Sudarshana. How often have we seen forwards in the open field really tend to panic as Mubarak knocks over those 2 points as well. The forwards didn't panic. They gave short passes, set it up again, and suddenly the opportunity arose. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that was off the left foot that Riza put that grubber through.
This replay is going to be for a very interesting viewing. Here's how it ended. But if our production crew can go back a little more and go to the point where Sandun Herath was carrying the ball, I think we will be able to witness the build-up to this amazing try.
Maybe we'll see that in the half-time break, Sudarshana, but lovely finish from Chetia. He still had plenty to do. He's such a lethal finisher, isn't he? Just something that's in your blood, not something that can be easily coached to players. And Rahul De Silva now, immediately after the team has scored, allowing CH back into the game, allowing them a sniff. So if CH and FC score here, then it's going to be something that they will be very happy about, because if CR take a 10-point lead into halftime, they'll be very happy. But if CH can get one score, even if it's a penalty, I think they'll be very pleased with the end result, because they've been dominated so far, but they're still not too far behind.
CRNFC need to make sure that they don't allow CH to score. CR seems like they've come away with the with possession.
Well, it's a CR scrum. I didn't see that coming, and that time Omar Gunaratna trying to find Rahul De Silva on that 8-9-14 move, but CH read that well. Managed to get in the way, and Sandun Herath has to pile into the breakdown. Satya Ranatunga again making a nuisance of himself. Mithila Pereira has been playing well in the tights. Shehan Dias tries to charge down that kick, but really good touch finder from Chanaka Chandimal that time. Finds his way almost to the 50-meter mark. Takes him out of the 22.
Great composure shown by Chandimal that time to get CR up onto the 40 meters. Here's what happened from the earlier time. Thank you very much to our production crew.
This is Sandun making a brilliant break, a straight break, and watch this offload. Sees the man. Chandimal does well to turn, and these are the three passes that I think created this try. Supun does well not to throw another wild pass, and that's where Rahul De Silva manages to find it. We'll come back to that later on, but again the ball lost forward by Arya Ratna. Goes straight into the tackle of Panduka Angammana. The two were teammates a couple of years ago. Angammana has recovered well from that knee injury, and then succeeded that with an ankle injury as well. Rohit Rajapaksa will be wanting a little bit more quality ball to put those kicks in, away from this man, hopefully for CH, but just into space. But CR's back three are making that kicking game a little bit difficult as well, Sudarshana, because these are two national players in Sandun Herath and Reza Mubarak who know exactly where the ball is coming, and I'm sure they've shared all their knowledge with Gamunu Chetia as well. These are the men that haven't touched the ball enough. Gayan Veeraratna and Hirantha Pereira. CH will be wanting the ball in their hands a little bit more often in the second half, as Gomarka Gunaratna gets snaffled behind the gain line that time. And has he given away a penalty? Yes, he has. So this is where it can be a double-edged sword. And oh dear, CH and FC wanting to slow the game down, but instead trying to speed it up and making a mistake, and that will be half-time. The clock that we've got on here is not the clock that the referee is following, of course. So the referee's clock shows that it is half-time, and CR will be very happy with that lead, 17 points to 7, but certainly not a winning margin by any stretch of the imagination. Vaipa Gunaratna will tell these experienced players exactly what he expects Dimitri to come in also into that front five later on in that game. So lots still to be played in this Dialog Rugby League encounter between CRNFC and CHNFC as we look across a gloomy skyline here at the Race Course grounds. This Maitland derby being played here after the lapse of many years where it was played at CHNFC and CRNFC, but in the recent years it has been played more at CHNFC as well as the home ground, at the Race Course rather, as the home ground for CH. First kick for CH, that was Arshad Jamaldeen putting not getting the 3 points over. This is the controversial moment. Jamaldeen was on his feet, so not off his feet, so not entitled to really make that tackle. So it will be interesting to know what transpired between Weranga and Yatavara. This is the try of the game so far. Lovely counter-attack from Sandhu Herat. That's exactly what they've signed him up for. Lovely offload to Chandimal, who does even better. And this is the interplay between the three tight five forwards. And here's Rahul. Riza at first receive, and it is his left boot. Finds the space, threads the needle there for Gamanu Chetia. Steps in, that giant step off the left foot. And he's making a habit of this now.
Just terrific. That try is for terrific viewing. Sandhu Herat started off in his own 22, coming out for that counter-attack try, and we'll go for a quick commercial break, and when we come back we will have the action of the second half of this Maitland derby. CRNFC taking on CHNFC here at the race course.
When I travel abroad, it's one simple plan for unlimited roaming, even when I am on a flight. Sign up to a Dialog Power plan today. Enjoy everything I have and more.
Dialog Postpaid. Power to you.
රුපියල් 5කින් මොනවද කරන්න පුළුවන්? 5කින්
ක්‍රීඩාව සම්බන්ධ කතන්දර දැනගෙන හිටියට විතරක් මදි. ඒවා ලෝකෙටම ඇහෙන්න කියන්න පුළුවන් ක්‍රමයක් ගැනයි මේ කියන්නේ. නිකම්ම නෙමෙයි, මුදල් උපයන්නත් පුළුවන්. ක්‍රීඩාව ගැන රස කතා දන්නවා නම් ඒවා නිර්මාණශීලීව රූප මාධ්‍යයෙන් ඉදිරිපත් කරන්න පුළුවන් නම් කතා කරන්න අපට 0777 822 777 නැත්නම් ඊමේල් කරන්න careers@thepapare.com. ThePapare.com ක්‍රීඩාවට හදවතින්ම.
உங்கள் கிராமத்தில், உங்கள் நகரில், உங்கள் பிரதேசத்தில் உள்ள வீரர்கள் திறமையானவர்களா? அவளின் திறமைகளை நீங்கள் அறிந்து கொள்ள வேண்டுமா? தமிழ் பேசும் உங்களின் திறமைகளை உலகறியச் செய்யும் உங்களுக்கான யூடியூப் சேனல் www.youtube.com/thepapare.
When I travel abroad, it's one simple plan for unlimited roaming, even when I am on a flight. Sign up to a Dialog Power plan today. Enjoy everything I have and more.
Dialog Postpaid. Power to you.
Welcome back to the live action brought to you on Sri Lanka's #1 sports app www.thepapare.com. Maitland Derby on the way here at the race course with CRNFC currently in the driving seat with 17 points to their name. On the other hand, CHNFC have to play a lot of catch up. They haven't played to their strengths in the first half, but will be looking to capitalize in this second 40. And with me in commentary is Shanaka Amarasinghe. Shanaka, it's been one of those games that you can't really put your finger to how this game has panned out, because CR's 2 tries have come through counter-attacks, and CHNFC, first time they got a scrum inside the 22 meters, they've gone all the way.
Yeah, absolutely, Sudarshana. So we expected that from CHNFC. We expect them to play a territorial game. We expect them to make sure that they put the ball in the right areas and try and win those scrums and lineouts where they can be dangerous. The one scrum that they've had in that position, they've managed to score off of. But CRNFC, they've been living off scraps. So that's something that they will need to take into account as well. And I think they will be a little worried that they haven't created much. They haven't had good ball in this game to create something out of. So they're reliant on CHNFC dropping the ball and then them picking it up, hacking it through, that kind of thing. They're really reliant on that. This man will be someone to look out for in the rest of this game as well, because he's been hitting his mark in the lineouts as well, the Shant Leuke, who has taken on the Herculean task of trying to win a league with this CRNFC team, something they haven't done for decades, really. I think Mushtaq might have been in one of the teams that came close. Outstanding winger he was as well. Leuke also has played for the club. And Kishore Jehan, the scrum coach, and he wouldn't be too worried about what he's seen today. This is probably the best front five in the league so far that CH possess. And CRNFC haven't been completely dominated. They've conceded a couple of penalties, but they haven't been completely dominated. As referee Yatavara says, second half gets under the way. And Supun Mandakulu Surya collects that ball, and a safe exit from Siaba. Chatra Dilshan now has other ideas. Dushmanta Priyadarshana. And no advantage there.
Seems like the assistant referee did see some foul play. Dilshan on the floor.
Let's see if we can have a second look at that. I think that might have even been some friendly fire, Sudarshana. If we can go back to Dilshan's collection of the kick, we'll see exactly what happened there. I think we had one player who, and Veranga, if I can read lips, I think he's saying yellow card there.
Number 5.
Opaka Gunaratna saying, come on ref, give him a chance, but it's not that kind of world. And Pandu Kangamana might get his marching orders for 10 minutes.
Hi, contact point connect. Chance contact point again.
Referee Atawara being very clear. High tackle, contact point has been the neck. So despite Tomalka Gunaratna pleading for another chance, second chance, another chance, sir, he says, I'm very sorry. Rules are very clear. So contact point being the neck, and it's a yellow card offence.
Well done to the team of referees there for being very clear in how they communicated that. I don't think players argue when they're told clearly what the problem was. Veranga on the spot. Shara Fernando looks askance at the assistant referee.
Swinging arm that time. Angamana, I think, was a little unlucky because the player who was arriving with the ball dipped a little as well. So maybe could have been just a penalty, but referee Veranga decided that it warranted a yellow card.
As long as they're consistent, Sudarshana, I think they were clear. And Angamana, this is something that referees are going, or players are going to have to live with for a while until they really get used to it. We had so much controversy in the World Cup as well with regard to the protocols, but here's CH where they're most dangerous. Lovely swing back from Sajid Saranga there. They changed the point of attack, and that's an easy try. Prasad Madhushankar. There's no injuries in his celebrations, that's for sure. And that we could see coming for all money. We knew exactly how it was going to happen, but you still can't stop it. It's like one of Murali's big off breaks, isn't it, Sudarshan? You know exactly what's going to happen, but you just can't stop it. And that was a well-constructed try, mainly for the fact that they changed the point of attack. So watch Sarat Chandra take it here. They transfer it to Saranga, and Saranga then turns around. That's the experience. And they bind onto Saranga. He's the one who goes through. So Sia were trying to bind through and push through on Sarat Chandra, but instead Saranga was the point of attack. So falling over has given him a little bit of cramp there.
Here's a chance for Jamaldeen to cut the deficit to 3 points. Former Royals skipper. Played his club, initially played his rugby at a police sports club before switching on to Kandy. Then back in the capital with CHNFC.
Lovely kick, but just couldn't curl it back in. Jamal seems to have found his bearings.
Time out. Captain. Captain.
And here's the big man who comes in the second half. Dimitri. He was captain for a very short while of his opponents, then made a shift to Kandy Sports Club. The ex-Sri Lanka player, when he's fit, is one of the most difficult men to stop.
Referee Atawara, interesting exchange with the skipper of CHNFC. After scoring a try, the use of their words has been highlighted. This is the second time he's given the warning, and he says next time it happens, he will go for his option to reprimand them. And obscene language is never allowed, especially with the referee mic'd up. There are little kids who are watching these games as well, and you wouldn't want them to have to listen to all those. You'd like to keep rugby clean.
Yes, in more ways than one. And here's Dinu Kamarasinghe. Rahul De Silva. Here's Jayasekara. Takes a difficult pass and still going. Jayasekara. Sajid Saranga brings him down eventually. And now CRNFC have a few numbers. Chanaka Chandimal. Here's a little bit of space for Riza Rafaideen. This man will take a bit of stopping. Quick ball. Chandimal does well to offload there, and that might have been a no-arms tackle from Hiranta Pereira. We'll see what the referee says. Jayasekara awaits. Riza Mubarak goes in after him. Doesn't shy away from that contact area. And here's Sia now marching towards the line through Himanta Hirushan. Close quarter stuff. Sia have turned this ball over, have they? Yes, they have, but the referee will come back for the offside.
Interestingly, they're not checking on that tackle, Shanagar. Maybe we can take a look at it after this penalty pans out. Sierra FC, I think, are going 4 points. And rightly so, because 20 points to 12 reads much better than 17 points to 12, especially given the fact that they have a man in the sin bin.
It was an ideal position for a scrum, obviously, but with one man down, that's not the option. So they will want to just cut the deficit a little bit. So it's been an expensive penalty for Sia with Panduka Angamana going off. They conceded 7 points plus a man.
And also, I think in CR's defense, they are trying to suck in as much time as they can until Angamana returns. Just pleasantries for Riza, who puts in the 3 points, 20 points to 12. CR increased their lead to 8 points now. CH, on the other hand, will be kicking themselves. They scored a very good try, but they've given a chance to CR to try and increase the lead.
It's a real dilemma for the coaching staff in games like this. Kevin Dixon is on the bench. When do you bring him on? Do you bring him on at all? Yep, that was the tackle we were talking about. Not sure there was a wrap there. You saw how quickly Omaka Gunaratna went over. And Rahul De Silva now chooses to exit. Should perhaps have found touch. And here's Chatura Dilshan doing some damage with the ball carrying. Shara Fernando trying to drag him into touch, but Dilshan does well to stay in field. Referee says release. Good communication from referee Atavara. And a good discipline from Sharo as well. Over the years, he's learned to listen to refs more often than not. Here's Hiranta Pereira. Puts his shoulder into the contact there. And here's Satya Ranatunga, a try scorer. So both tries coming from front row forwards for CH. Again, something we anticipated in this game from them.
That time CR's discipline giving way for CH to win a penalty. Rahul De Silva was caught in the wrong position.
Doesn't look like Rahul agrees with referee Atavara there, but when have scrum halves ever agreed with referees? Gunaratna needs to again pick the pace up in this game. Sudarshana, that's something that he needs to keep telling his team. Look guys, let's play the way we want to play, not the way they want us to play. Jamaldeen that time makes sure of his touch. Last time it was touch and go really, whether it was in goal or not.
With Angamana in the bin, CR do have a big disadvantage when it comes to line out time as well. Trying to counter that maul. What CR need to try and do is sack them as soon as the ball is brought down. But the problem they'd have is to try and identify the pod which the ball will go on to. And with Saranga switching like that in the previous occasion, they will be left in two minds.
So a couple of changes for CHNFC. Chamara Dabare coming on to the park. And Shara Fernando doing really well there, getting through the middle. Excellent work from Fernando. And that was brilliant work from the experienced Sri Lanka flanker. He almost seemed like he was in doubt as to how good his luck was there. He just went through and got his hands on the ball, and he was like, am I doing okay? And the ref
just
was,
terrific stuff.
Of course you are, mate.
Shara normally gets in trouble, always on the naughty list when it comes to the referees, but this time around, he just made sure that he was in the right position, because what he managed to do was, he managed to get in the middle of the ball, the person who caught the ball, and Saranga, who was getting the ball transferred to. So, well done to Fernando, because if that maul did break away, that would have taken a lot of stopping from CRNFC.
might be a match-changing moment, that Sudarshana, because if CH scored there and went up to 20 points to 19 or 20 points to 17, it would have been a complete different complexion in this game. So Kavinda De Costa coming on. Chamara Dabare has replaced Anuradha Herath for CH. And we also have Avantha Lee, who has come on in place of Arshad Jamaldeen. So it'll be interesting to see who does the place kicking for CH going forward. They've made up their minds, I think, that they're going to win this with tries and not with penalties.
And Angambana comes back to the field, so CRNFC restored to their original number. And like you mentioned, Kevin Dixon, who does he come in for? Does he come in for Riza Mubarak, or will he replace Gamanu Chetia is the question. Because in Riza Mubarak, they have a very able place kicker, and in Gamanu Chetia, they have a player who knows how to find his way to the try line and a great finisher. But Dixon can provide that for you as well.
Well, if I was Dishant Luke, I will be looking to keep Riza on for as long as he can. Good pressure, but well stolen there by Lee. Does brilliantly. Pops the ball back on the inside. Rohit Rajapaksa on his way to the line. Rajapaksa just dragged down short of the line. And now Sia have to move away. Beautiful work from Avishka Lee there. And here he is again. Prasad Madhushankar screaming that he scored that one, jumped over the top. But referee Atavar had already blown for the penalty. Chatra Dilshan saying, we want a scrum, we want a scrum. He's confident that he can go away from this distance and smash his way over. This is where CR will be tested. This is where they don't have the depth, Sudarshana. They don't have players to bring on for crucial scrums like this. In-depth look at the Dialog Rugby League facts and figures. Don't forget you can tune in to stats.thepapare.com at any time you like for the stats of this league, the previous leagues. Fortunately, we can't give you upcoming leagues because that would be illegal. But everything up to now will be on the stats.thepapare.com.
Here's where the leaders of the CRNFC forwards group need to step up, put your hands up and say, come on, mate, let's prove that we are younger and we are fitter.
Crouch.
To try and put pressure on this CHNFC forward pack.
Here's Dilshan. Wajid Fahmy misses the tackle. Gamunu Chetia makes it. Dilshan does well to make that ball available, and Satya Ranatunga will try to do what he did at the other end of the park. And it has gone forward for another penalty. So this is where Sia will have to be careful here again, because they've given 2 penalties away in a row on the red zone. So keeping hands on the floor, I think, is a referee's call there when you're trying to turn the ball over. Chatra Dilshan now will look to make another foray. Wouldn't think perhaps Shaura Fernando should switch to the other side of the scrum so that he can shepherd Chatra Dilshan. Wajid Fahmy has missed him on a couple of occasions.
It wasn't very nice for Chandimal, who was staring down at Dilshan to try and defend him. 16 points to nil. Navy yet to score, and Kandy Sports Club managing to get 16 points against the Sailors up in Nittawala. Sailors will be quite happy at the scoreline because up in Nittawala, Kandy is a different beast. But they've managed to keep them under wraps, 16 points to nil.
And these are the kind of games where Kandy in early season used to be running riot in previous seasons. Sudarshana, you'd expect to see 40, 50 in these sorts of games, but it's nice to see that the league is a lot more hotly contested now. So the tackle on Dilshan is going to be the important one. Dhiru Kamarasinghe moves one in. And really well done. Excellent work from Kavindu Costa there. And again, another scrum. He lost that ball forward. Costa just lost his bearings a little. Yet another scrum conceded by CR. It'll be really interesting to see the stats at the end of this game, just to see how many scrums that both teams have conceded today. So although the crawler shows you that CR have a yellow card, that's not the case at the moment. Angamana has come back in. So both teams at 15. And again, CH taking all the time they need. This is where CR are conceding this game, Sudarshan. They're allowing this big pack of forwards to take all the time they want. They need to be ready to go. They need to be putting pressure on the referee, saying, look, referee, we are ready, we are set up, let's go, let's go, let's go. Why are these guys taking so long? And put some real pressure on the referee as well, but they don't have the experience to be able to do that.
100% with you there, Shanak, absolutely. Because CH and FC, with the experience that they have, the forwards with the experience that they possess, they want to take all the time that they need to try and slow this game down. And if they can get another try, they'll be putting a lot of pressure on this CR and FC team, who'll be thinking, what did we do wrong? Because they've dominated a large part of the game. But coming to the last quarter of this game, they will be staring down the barrel, because if CH can score here and try and convert it, it'll be 19 points to 20. Here's another drive.
They get him that time. Dinu Kamarasinghe hands on for dear life to Avish Kali's jersey. And here's CH with their tails up now. They're confident from this distance. Angamana makes an important tackle. Rohit Rajapaksa's right in there. And it looks like they may have scored. No, referee says held up. The CH team cannot believe it, but referee Yatawada right on the spot and says they'll come back for another scrum. So Dilshan will get another go. So big men being shoveled at that line. Satya Ranatunga, Dimitri. I really don't envy this CR defense. Sudarshana, they haven't made a single change yet, not even in the front row. They don't have a lot of depth left, but they really need to maybe send down a few fresh legs to help this defensive effort.
Credit to CR and FC, and also to referee Yatawada. Look at his positioning. He's right there, looking at everything that happens, and if it's held up, he was the man to judge it, because he was right in the correct position.
So they might maybe choose to shift this one now that they've tried a few times through Dilshan. But he goes again. Kavindu Di Costa needed to make that tackle. Here's Dilshan still on his feet. Almost over the line. Does really well, Chatura Dilshan. But this time, CR look like they might have stolen it. And this is where CR and FC seem to be losing their way a little bit. They're not playing enough rugby. They seem to be all remonstrating with the referee, and this is where they've got to keep their composure. They're doing well not to concede, but at the same time, they've got to play the ball. CH and FC are doing really well to exploit and maybe slow this game down as much as they can, use their strengths, use their big men, call for more scrums. But this is where CR and FC can't afford to get on the wrong side of the referee.
Absolutely. Referees' decisions are some things that you can't control. What you can control is the effort that you put to try and stop your opponent and win the ball back. CR and FC thought that they did right to win that ball, but unfortunately, referee deciding that it was not within the laws of the game. So what they need to do here is to try and put in another big performance in the scrum time, because CH and FC so far, for about 4 to 5 scrums, Shanaka, have gotten used to the fact that they get the ball clean. They haven't met any resistance. So if CR can surprise them, a change coming in seems like...
Looks like it's Shara Fernando that goes off. I'm surprised at that shift. No, in fact, they've made a mistake. And Leuke spotted it and said, no, please go back, Sharo. And it's Angamman actually that comes off. And it will be Gayan Jayasekara that goes into the second row. So at least one set of fresh legs. So that will make a difference to this CRNFC pack. Jayasekara will need to put in a shift. Surprised to see Shara going off, as would he have been when he saw his number coming up.
Absolutely, Shara Fernando, one of those experienced players who can talk to his players, and also, if you did see, putting pressure on Lee as well. Had a few words to say.
And that ball comes out and hacked on. Hiranta Pereira now. Here's ThePapare just coming onto the field. ThePapare difficult to bring down, but they bring him down 6 meters short. Lee. Nice bust up again from the CH big boys. Here's Dilshan trying to finish what he started.
Number 3 all away. Playing advantage.
And again another penalty. So this is yellow card time. Referee
Absolutely.
Atavara will want to look at his pocket, have a chat to Amalka Gunaratne.
Maybe, just maybe, because of the fact that CHNFC have been taking the scrum time and time again. It doesn't make any difference to the fact that CRNFC have been giving away penalties one after the other. So the referee needs to really put his foot down and talk to the skipper. He should have spoken to the skipper 2 penalties ago, Shanak, and then this could have been a yellow card for Omani. And I think that's what Rohit Rajapaksa went and told the referee as well. So many penalties, one after the other.
You can see Jayasekara at that time taking a leaf out of Prasad Madhushankar's book. Jayasekara making an important tackle there. Chatura Dilshan almost got his way over the line. So CR really needed to exploit that. Kavindu De Costa hasn't been too sharp since he came on. I think he maybe needs to get in Avishkali's face a little bit there.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/ThePapare official, and make sure to enjoy over 5,000 hours of terrific footage from all sports in Sri Lanka. Absolutely brilliant stuff. And if you are a sports buff, I think this is the one-stop shop for you here at thepapare.com, as CHNFC try to break through from here.
Now they've gone to the backs this time for the first time in a long time. And again, another penalty. Surely the referee's got to go to his pocket. Not sure what the penalties were for, though. He's not making a signal for us to tell you at home exactly what it is. But he's saying it's going over the ball. Falling over the ball. So the referee will have a word, I think, with Gunaratne now. So CR really lucky not to have conceded. This is so many penalties in this red zone.
Seems like CHNFC have gotten really fed up of all the scrums. Now they're going to take a quick tap.
Dushmantha Priyadarshana runs into the new man, Jayasekara. Here's Dimitri, high body position. So a bit easier to stop that time. CR have been under the cosh for the last about 15 minutes. Satya Ranatunga in his shiny new jersey. Trying to score a double in this game. Not often that props get 2. Sasanka Aryaratna against his old team. Move there from the Navalapiti Alliance, following coach Imti Marika. Yes, CR's fringe defense has been up to the task so far. Sajid Saranga. Shara Fernando does really well, but did the referee say he'd gone down in that tackle? Here's Matisa Sarat Chandra.
Number 4 all the way.
Standing start for these CH runners, so they might want to find a little bit of depth if they're not picking and going. Here's a nice spot of forward, CHNFC close to the line. 15 minutes left in this game. Can Satya go over? Yes, he can. Satya Ranatunga has got his double. Chanaka Chandimal was never stopping him from that distance. And the experienced former sailor Sri Lanka prop forward drags his fellow players up as well after scoring that double. And Satya Ranatunga may just have given his team a sniff of winning this game.
Oh, terrific stuff by Ranatunga. Persistent around the breakdowns. Take a look at this. Knew exactly where the line was, and he did have forward movement. There was no double movement there. Ranatunga managing to touch down, but I think that try was created with Dimitri cashing onto that ball with force, isn't it, Shanaka?
Certainly was. I think he had a good pot of forwards behind him as well. Sia guilty of not fronting up, not counting the men, so not enough communication in that defensive line. So it's tough going, and I really feel sorry for those Sia lads who've been smashed and smashed back for about the last 10 minutes. And here's Avishka Lee, who misses the kick. Oh, goodness me. So Arshad Jamaldeen going off. I did mention who's going to be taking the kicks for CH. Had forgotten that Lee was an excellent place kicker at Wesley, but tired legs, Sudarshana, and he's been doing a lot of work over the ball as well. He's been doing a lot of tackling. So a scrum half being asked to take kicks in the latter part of the game, that's tough going, mate.
Oh, exactly. I mean, you were right on the spot. On the other hand, CHNFC very happy to hold on to Riza Mubarak despite having Kevin Dixon in their bench, because Riza adds in those 3-pointers that you can try and get in the latter part of this game. Seems like Sharu Fernando has finally been taken off alongside Udara Gayan. Fresh legs coming in. I think CR would have done well to make those changes just before those 10 minutes of really difficult defending.
Well, this looks like it's taking the mickey because they're waiting for an injured player. And this is... And they have sent the replacement on, so they need to get Madhushanka off, which they're going to do now. Not a lot of time left in this game, of course, but more than enough time for CHNFC to mount a comeback here. Dushmanta Priyadarshana making sure he helps the recovery of his teammates. Arat Chandra there. Those are the men that have made such a difference in the close. Prasad Madhushanka hobbles off after doing yeoman service for CHNFC in this game already. He scored one try, almost had a second, and has hit his mark in the line-out. Sia will need to make sure they don't concede the game that was there for the taking at half-time. CH looking to clear the ball with through Dushmanta Priyadarshana now. Good hit on him. And that's the value of having the new man in. That was Jayasekara in the number 18 jersey who made the hit. And Dushant Luke may need to just go to the bench, send on another player. Maybe send Risith on, the former the Royal College number 8. Maybe send someone on just to create a few things. Kavindu Di Costa conceded his starting place today. Having a chat to Chanaka Chandimal, maybe changing the call a little bit.
I think this scrum is going to be absolutely crucial for CRNFC and their chances to winning this game. And like you said, fresh legs putting in a very important effect into the game. Kavindu Di Costa with maybe the most important put-in of this game. Gets the ball at the back. CR deciding to go forward with it. Gunaratna breaks away.
Omalka's control at the back. A little bit harum-scarum there. But he manages to make good ground. Reza Mubarak shows Kamindu which way to go. And here's some space now. Ball over the top. Reza Rafaidin, dragged down by Nishan Fernando. Should probably have gone through the hands there. Di Costa. So low pass which Warna Kalasuriya does well to pick up. And here's Risith. He's on in the number 19 jersey. Smashed into the tackle. And that looked like might have been a little high. Kavindu Di Costa Jayasekara shapes to throw that ball in, not held in the tackle, so he keeps going. This is good quick ball for Sia. Risit again. In fact, that was Wajid Faumi. Haven't seen him too much with ball in hand. Lovely offload from Kavinder De Costa. Saw the space and attacked it, the young sniping scrum half. That's another good ball from De Costa. Has been doing a lot of good work since he came on. Here's Varnakula Surya looking for Gamunu Chetia. Chetia runs straight into the monster arms of Gayan Veeraratne, who does really well to dislodge that ball from Chetia. Welcome to club rugby, mate, is what Veeraratne would have said in that tackle. And here he is now charging that ball up. This is what they've crossed him over from Kandy. Would have taken some doing, bringing the man down from Nithavala to Maitland Crescent.
Listen. Stay, hang on. No, hang on.
But he came up trumps there. And Lee will put this ball into touch. He will want to have nothing more to do with it. So just to get a breather, just to allow this team to recover their breath. But this is where Sia have to form this line out quickly. They have to go quickly. CH, even their younger boys are now with their hands on their knees.
Two new men coming in for CHNFC, Ratwate and the number 36. Try and tell you who that is in a minute. CRNFC now need to make sure that they get this line out right. Varnakula Surya.
I think time is right for maybe Hiranta Manamendra to come on for CH, for CR rather. Just to get another set of fresh legs on in these forwards. And if they are going to bring Kevin Dixon off the bench, would probably think maybe having a dab at him at standoff. CR do well to win that line out though. And march it forward into the 22. They'd be looking to win the penalty. That's all they need. They'll know that. CH struggling against this maul. Wajid Faumi. Somebody's lost a boot, but it won't matter. Sasank Aryaratne reading right up in the middle of that and may have conceded the penalty as well. Still going. Sia, nice squeeze ball. Here's Jayasekara, cuts back into the traffic. That was sensible work from the big second rower. And now they've got a little bit of space. Here's Chetia, still going. Gayan Veeraratne for the second time in as many plays, ripping the ball off the youngster. You can see the value of that experience and just the value of that quality. Sudarshana, what outstanding defensive plays from Veeraratne in places where Chetia may have otherwise scored.
Oh, absolutely. Like you said, that's why CHNFC have gone through all the trouble to try and get Veeraratne in their colours. But CR sensibly wanting to go for points, which will give them a 6-point cushion.
6 points is hardly a cushion in the modern game, is it though, Sudarshana? It'll save you from being beaten by a try, but it certainly won't save you from being beaten by a goal or a penalty try for that matter. So even if Sia do knock this over, which you would think Riza Mubarak will be able to do, they can't afford to relax as they did in that first half.
Mubarak with the easiest of kicks that he got this game. Has no problem.
Yep, no problem, but he has been a little bit vulnerable from that area, but make sure he doesn't make a mistake that time, because that could be a match-winning kick. We'll find out sooner rather than later. So Kavinder De Costa injecting some good pace into the CR attack, which is what they've been searching for all game. This is where they have to absolutely be mindful that they don't allow CH an opportunity to get back into their territory. Lee will kick long, of course. Here's Jayasekara, confidently taking it.
Tackle it all the way. Rolling away.
And that's the penalty that Sia were expecting. Yes.
Mark. Tackler not rolling away.
Not rolling away, says referee Atavara, who's had a decent game so far. Sudarshana, maybe a few things that the players don't agree with, but you're never going to find a referee that the players 100% agree with.
Oh, absolutely. I think he did a very good job, except for the fact that he should have warned CRNFC for conceding so many penalties in their red zone, one after the other. I thought it was about 5 penalties on the trot. Other than that, referee Atavara was pretty good with his decision making as well, and fresh legs coming in for CRNFC.
So we're just talking about Hiranta Manamendra, and they have brought him on maybe about 5 minutes later than usual. And Manamendra will probably go into the number 8 position where he has played before. So Supun Vannakolasure and this front row called to play the whole game. Nicely won there by Wajid Faumi. Brilliant work from him. Dragged down, but referee says no problems. Costa. Lee was nowhere back near the last foot. Chamara Dabare knocks that ball forward. It was a nice chase by Gaminu Chetia as well. That's exactly what they were hoping for. And here's a nice long ball to Jayasekara, the man who's just come on and made a difference. So you can see what the bench can do for you. And that's a good kick. That's an excellent kick, actually. That's where CRNFC need to play the game. And it was a well-weighted kick, which they should probably have been doing a little bit more. They've got so much pace on the wings. They want these boys to chase those kicks down.
Terrific stuff that time by CRNFC, who are really dictating terms now. What they need to do is try and put pressure on CH, who are down and out currently because they're staring down the barrel. Just 5 minutes to go in this game according to our clock. Referee might have a couple of more minutes, especially given the fact that there were plenty of injuries. CH managing to secure that ball, eventually not setting up properly. Referee plays advantage in favor of the Gymkhana club.
Trying to run this ball out of trouble, RCH and FC. And yes, another penalty. So Sia's discipline really problematic in this game. It'll be interesting to see at the end of this game how many penalties they have conceded. Another high shot, but not a dangerous one, says the ref.
High tackle.
Rohit Rajapaksa is called upon to take the touch kicks now in the absence of Arshad Jamaldeen. But he's gone down with cramp as well. We spoke earlier about how difficult this field is to run on because there's just a little bit of space underneath the top layer, Sudarshana. And when the water is heavy, when this ground is heavy, it is really, really difficult. So he's not the first player to go down with cramp, and that's why all these players have been really taking their time. It's not like playing on a hard ground.
Dhirendra Ratwatte, the new man who's made his way to the CH line, former Trinitian, played in the 2015-16 side. And Shanaka, one more thing is the fact that there's been heavy rain during the past few days. We'll come back to that after this play.
Nice tackle on Veeraratna. Dinu Kamarasinghe targeted him and ran up 20 meters to make the tackle. And that's another good tackle by Gamanu Chetia as well. Chamara Dabare not going anywhere.
He's pumped up. And what I was speaking about earlier was the fact that there has been heavy rainfall, Shanak, and not enough time for it to dry out. So whenever the sun comes out, the water that's underneath the top surface comes out to the top of the surface. So that's why we've seen a lot of grounds very muddy, especially yesterday at Havelock Park. It wasn't raining, but it was a complete paddy field there. So the players are going to have to get used to these kind of conditions because that's what they will have to play for.
Chetia has been good today We have to start having the conversation about a man of the match as well, Sudarshana. Dialog Viu player of the game. Plenty of people in the running, of course. Satya Ranatunga has scored 2 tries today. Sajid Saranga has been immense, has been Chatura Dilshan in the CH forwards. Not a lot to speak about in the back line. They haven't had a lot of ball. That ball seems to have been knocked on, and Supunmanna Kulasuriya will run it into the back line. Here's Kavindra Costa. Here's Jayasekara, but it looks like he might be isolated there, but manages to get some support. Here's Costa with the little kick through. That ball bounces dangerously for CH, and Janidu Dilshan missing a tackle uncharacteristically. Here's Lee. Reza Mubarak does really well to get under that one, but again a high tackle by the looks of things. They will have a chat, and it might be Janidu Dilshan or Gamunu Chetia that may be going to the bin. So the referee does kind of hamstring himself because he's given a yellow card already. So he needs to be mindful of that, and he needs to be consistent again. The hand has gone into the pocket, so yep. And it is Kavindra Costa, in fact, who goes in to the bin. So maybe now they make the change, bring Kevin Dixon on for one of the wingers and put him in to the scrum half position. That's the only thing I can think Coach Liuke might want to do. Here's the hit. Janidu Dilshan misses that one, and well, yes, it was a swinging arm that came through, and if he gave a yellow card for Angamana, he's got to give it for this one as well. So hopefully all the referees watching the Referee Society will talk about this and say this is what the standard we've set, and we've got to keep to this for the rest of the tournament as well.
Full marks there for being consistent for referee Atavara. Lee gets up and puts the ball into touch, and I think the next change desperately needs to be Dixon coming in, and yes, it is. Dixon comes in place of I believe Reza Mubarak. Interesting change there, and we do need to decide on who the player of the match is going to be, Dialog Viu player of the match, but I don't think it's easy to do that with this specific scoreline. It could go either way here, Shanaka.
Certainly could, which is why I'm holding my horses. Wajid Faumi has been good today as well for CRNFC, and we have Lee who moves into fly half now. The two Lee brothers playing at 9 and 10, which they haven't done probably at any of the teams they've played for. Dinendra Ratwatta with a good burst, and oh, that's a crucial knock on. Lee just leaving that ball behind. He's done so much work today, he's done so much running, but just at the crucial moment might have conceded. So 80 minutes on the clock here, but for me, Sudarshana, there's been plenty of good work done by the forwards. I'm wondering whether it needs to be a forward that wins this Man of the Match award. Wajid Faumi, I thought, has been really good for CRNFC, but he has missed a few tackles also.
In my opinion, I think, yes, the forwards have done really good work for CRNFC, but the man who orchestrated the second try, I think I'm going to part with Reza Mubarak for his excellent thinking, and also the kicks that he's put through, which is the difference here on the scoreboard.
Agreed with you there, Sudarshana. His experience has been really invaluable today. Supunmanna Kulasuriya playing at number 8 after his captain has gone off, manages to do well at the back of that scrum. Probably a better position for him, number 8. But yes, Reza Mubarak is our man of the match. CRNFC have held on due to the fact that he has put those kicks over, and also he has made those try-saving tackles, made a couple of interventions, and of course orchestrated the tries as well. Put the kicks in when necessary. So for that all-round stability in a game that's been really difficult conditions for both teams to get any kind of head of steam, Mubarak is our man of the match today, but take nothing away from both sets of forwards who have battled manfully. It hasn't been an entertaining game in terms of tries being scored, Sudarshana, but it is a game for the purists.
Step back, step back.
This is really tough conditions to play rugby in, and they've done really well. Dimitri trying to make a final gasp in this game.
Axie carrying the ball forward. CR forwards know that it's any time now until the long whistle. They want to make sure that they hold on to possession.
We've managed to turn that over this time. And oh, Gayan Veeraratne, we've been singing his praises, but there wouldn't have been any player in the world. I don't think he would have picked that ball up off his bootlaces. Veeraratne puts his hands on his knees. He knows that might have been the last chance for his team. But my goodness, they've done so well, both these teams. The midfield battle has been outstanding as well. But what a close tussle. And this is what this Dialog Rugby League is turning out to be. Real tense affairs, really entertaining affairs. And although we're not seeing bunches of tries being scored, it is very, very close games, Sudarshana. And what a game we have seen at this Maitland derby today between CRNFC and CHNFC. The age-old rivals, and CRNFC coming away with that win after quite a lapse.
CRNFC, despite taking the game, loses out on winning a bonus point. The CHNFC, although they went down to CRNFC, will be glad that they managed to get the bonus point, and scores coming in from Nithawela really do confirm the fact that this league is very, very competitive. Kandy winning the game 16 points to 14 against Navy, who managed to get 2 converted tries to their name. So interesting stuff there. Navy getting that losing bonus point. Kandy will have a lot of work to do, but here at Race Course, the first leg of the Maitland derby goes the red way, with CHNFC having to look at quite a few things.
Dushanth Leuke almost breaking a smile there. Doesn't smile too often, Leuke, but Mohammad Mushtaq with a wide smile on his face. CHNFC 17, CRNFC 23. It was 17 points to 7 at halftime, Sudarshana. So they will have to look at that. They will have to look at that second half of the first half, that 20 minutes either side of halftime for CR. That's where they will have to look at. This is the first attempt on goal by Arshad Jamaldeen. And this is Wajid Fahmy, who thought he'd scored. Look at Jamaldeen in the number 15 jersey, misses the tackle, and then he's on his feet. Is he allowed to tackle while he's off his feet? And that's what the question was, but the referee had gone back for an earlier penalty. That was a crucial kick. And here's Sandul Herat. This was where CHNFC will go back and think, oh dear, we should have done better. Nobody really wanted to tackle him. Everyone just standing around. Jamaldeen eventually makes the hit. Chandimal, Fernando, Angammana, Warnakula Surya, the forwards handling well there. And then Riza Mubarak coming into that first receiver position, gets smashed, but he does put a beautiful ball onto the touchline for Gamanu Chetia to come in off that wonderful left foot step and touchdown for a goal.
Terrific try, and this is how CR got their second score. Priyadarshana touching down for CR.
CH rather?
CH, that's right. And Riza Mubarak getting 3 points. And here's Satya Ranatunga getting his double.
That was good work from Ranatunga. Just presented his hip to Chanaka Chandimal, who wasn't even able to get his arms around that set of hips, and just barges over the line. So although the Gamanu Chetia try was probably the most entertaining try of the game in terms of just first phase structure and the way they scored, CHNFC's try through Madhushankar, where they transferred the ball in the line, and I thought that was one of the best tries that we've seen so far as well. So CHNFC winning the try count, although CRNFC win on the scoreboard, and one conversion for CHNFC 2 conversions for Sia and 3 penalties, which were the difference, and that's why Riza Mubarak won our Dialog Viu Man of the Match.
Also, Shanakal, something that we did speak about is the absence of Samuel Madhuanta. If he was there, maybe, just maybe, there could have been a difference. The round 2 fixtures, Navy take on Police on Friday the 13th. CHNFC taking on Havelocks. That's at Race Course. That's going to be an interesting game. Army take on Candy in Nithawala, with Air Force hosting CRNFC in Ratmalana.
So Police will be buoyed by that win, but they have to travel to Valisara, look for Navy to try and come up trumps in that game. CHNFC Havelocks will be a cracking game, wouldn't it? We'll hope that the weather will hold and we'll see a nice running game, because there's plenty of talent in both those teams. Army will be looking to do a number on Candy travelling up to Nithawala. Candy have had a slow start, uncharacteristically so, for them in this part of the season. And Air Force versus CR Ratmalana is a ground that CRNFC absolutely hate to go to. So that will be an interesting game as well in this Dialog Rugby League 1920. It seems like just a few weeks ago we were talking about the teams in the World Cup, but now we are focused on this Dialog Rugby League and what entertainment it's giving us.
So those have been the boogeymen for Candy Sports Club. They lost to them in Nithawala last season as well. And like you said, CRNFC haven't been very good travellers, although it's not a great distance to Ratmalana, so Air Force will be looking to put on a number. Navy, on the other hand, after the terrific performance against Candy in Nithawala, will look to try and trump Police, who have been very good against the Havelocks last week.
Yes, let's wait and see how all these games turn out. So 4 cracker games for you next weekend. We've seen a wonderful match, the Maitland Derby between CH and CRNFC here at the Racecourse ground. CRNFC winning by a whisker-thin margin of 23 points to 17. So that was how things panned out here in the gloom of that is Colombo at the moment. So thanks a lot for joining us on Dialog TV 1 and on ThePapare.com for this Dialog Rugby League game of 19 and 20. We'll be back with a lot more action and of course a lot more segments for you in the course of this week. From Sudarshan Apiris, myself and the ThePapare team, it's bye for now.
When I travel abroad, it's one simple plan for unlimited roaming, even when I am on a flight. Sign up to a Dialog Power plan today. Enjoy everything I have and more.
Dialog Postpaid. Power to you.
Lova Sama Tana Atti Rasaganda Dialog Television Gena Enna Sports action movie drama Sama De Sati Dekak Balannai Yanne CI Tagi Uturai Season එක fun එකේම ඉන්නයි මෙම දීමනාව SMS මගින් ඇක්ටිවේට් කරන්න පුළුවන් My Dialog app එකෙන් ඇක්ටිවේට් කළොත් අමතර 125% ඩිස්කවුන්ට් එකක් ඔබත් ඇක්ටිවේට් කරගන්න වටිනා තෑගි දිනා ගන්න Lova Sama Tana Atti Rasaganda Dialog Television Gena Enna Sports action movie drama Sama De Sati Dekak Balannai Yanne CI Tagi Uturai Season එක fun එකේම ඉන්නයි මෙම දීමනාව SMS මගින් ඇක්ටිවේට් කරන්න පුළුවන් My Dialog app එකෙන් ඇක්ටිවේට් කළොත් අමතර 125% ඩිස්කවුන්ට් එකක් ඔබත් ඇක්ටිවේට් කරගන්න වටිනා තෑගි දිනා ගන්න
When I travel abroad, it's one simple plan for unlimited roaming, even when I am on a flight. Sign up to a Dialog Power plan today. Enjoy everything I have and more.
Dialog Postpaid. Power to you.
When I travel abroad, it's one simple plan for unlimited roaming, even when I am on a flight. Sign up to a Dialog Power plan today. Enjoy everything I have and more.
Dialog Postpaid. Power to you.